And we are live. Okay, hello. Hi everybody. How are you doing? We're on time today. It's 3 o'clock when we're not 15-20 minutes late like I have been lately. We are bang on time. So hello and welcome back to Minecraft Monday. We're going to be playing some more Create Ad Astra today. We'll give it a couple of minutes as usual, let people get in. I think most of the regular viewers will probably be a little bit late because they're used to me starting late. But, like I say, we're on time today, so let's dive into the game. And I'll talk you through what the plan is for today. Okay, and we're in. Just give it a minute to load everything up. So, if this is your first time joining, this is a mod pack called Create Ad Astra. It's a custom mod pack that I made myself. You can download it in the Minecraft channel on the Discord server. But as you can see, a lot of this stuff here is not Minecraft. Most of this stuff is from the Create mod, which is the main crux of the mod pack. Most of the the main driving force behind it. But you'll see more of the other mods that are in the pack as we progress as well. Thanks for following Alice Saunders. Hi again, by the way, and thanks ADHDKid16. So yeah, before we begin, let's again do a quick recap of what we've been up to in the previous streams, and then we'll talk about what we're up to today. So we still have our casing farm working away here. Still not producing any casing because we don't have any andesite, copper, or brass going in at the minute. Plenty of birch logs going in, but nothing else. The log farm looking its usual self. Has 1 second, let me just check something. Oh, I hear a zombie. Okay, I'm gonna have to pause the game very briefly. Profile options. Yeah. Okay. We're good. But yes, the tree farm not working at the minute because we've got a bit of a backlog of birch logs, so the tree farm is deactivated at the moment. But there it is. Then down here, of course, we have the andesite farm, which is also deactivated at the minute because we've got a backlog of that as well. We got the storage warehouse. Well, I say warehouse, we got the storage vault. We got the pumpkin farm, which is working away at the minute. There are no pumpkins. There never are because they get cut down pretty much straight away. There's one. We've got the biodiesel plant, which is working, but it needs fueling. It's pretty much running on empty at the minute. And then last week, we built our hydroelectric generator, which needs a bit of work. It's a bit rough at the minute. Pretty much literally just plonked it down. It'd be nice to build a proper building around it or something, but we do here have a hydroelectric generator, and we are now generating electricity, which came in handy for charging our building gadget that we crafted last week, but it's also going to come in very handy when we get to the Ad Astra stuff, because a lot of the machinery from that mod, like the oxygen filler, compressor, that sort of stuff, fuel loader, all of that kind of stuff requires electricity. So now we've got electric from that generator. we don't have to worry about that. And here's our energizer that we've used to charge up our building gadget. The building gadget is now full, so we can start using it to actually build stuff, which we will be doing very shortly. How you doing, Douglas? Welcome to the stream. Hi, Mikey, as well. How you doing? But yes, the thing that we're actually going to be doing in today's stream, I will show you as soon as it gets light. There is one more thing we did last week as well, just in case anyone wasn't here. We did set up our drill at the iron mine. It's very loud because of the diesel engine, but there it is working away. And we've currently got almost 4 stacks of iron. We got 3.5 stacks near enough, so we're doing alright. The machinery is working pretty much as planned. And we're going to be building 2 more of these today. We're going to be building one on the copper vein and one on the zinc vein. And then we got all the ingredients we need to craft our brass casings, andesite casings, and copper casings. Do you drink alcohol? Says Caden. I do drink alcohol on occasion, Caden. I had a bit the other night actually. I went to my dad's for my brother's 18th birthday. My youngest brother has just turned 18 a few days ago. So all the Ashbridge kids are now grown up. But yeah, I don't really like drink, but I'll have a bit. I'll have a little drop on special occasions, you know, that kind of stuff. And 18th birthday party for my brother, perfect occasion for a little drink. Anyway, let's talk about what we're actually going to be doing today. So we should have made a checklist. Really, I haven't made a checklist today. We do have the mechanical crafter and crushing wheels, which are still on there from last time. They are going to have a permanent home today, and you can probably see over here there's a little something going on, but we'll talk about that in a second. So first thing, we need to put copper drill and zinc drill. They need to go on the list, and we'll be building both of those today. And then the other thing we're going to be doing today is we're going to be starting to lay the foundations for building 2. So, we have been playing for 10 weeks now. This is the 10th stream on this game, and we so far only have 1 building. This is the only actual building we have, and it's very small. It's alright, it's got all the basic machines in it. It's sort of a little bit of a workshop, so it's got all the basic create machinery in here, pressers, mixers, smelters, all that kind of stuff. But obviously, it's nowhere near enough space for what we actually need. It's nowhere near enough space for the sort of mass production that we want to be doing. So, I have already planned for the construction of a second building, and I've marked out the area up here. It's going to be 2 by 3 chunks, nearly. It's actually like 2 by 2.5. But this whole area here, we are going to be clearing out today to prepare for building this new building. And the building gadget is going to help us when it comes to the actual building part of it. But first of all, we do have quite a lot of stuff to clear here. And the way the building's going to work, I'm thinking it's going to be a 2-story building. And each story is going to have a ground level entrance, if that makes sense. So the entrance to the lower floor is going to be down here at the bottom of the hill. We'll have a doorway here. But then because this hill is so tall, if we have a second story, then we can have a second entrance to the building here. So there'll be the first floor will be down at that level, and then the second floor will be at this level here. So that's the plan for building 2. It's going to be much bigger, as you can see, a lot more space for the bigger machinery that we are going to be using in future. We are going to be using the building for our ore processing as well. So all the iron, copper, zinc, gold is all going to come into this one building, and it's all going to be processed en masse. So that's all on the agenda today. That's all on the to-do list. But the first thing, like I say, we got our copper and zinc drills that we need to be getting on with. So we need to make sure that we have 2 of everything that we used to build the iron drill. So we'll head back over there. And basically, we need 2 of everything that we can see here. So we've already got the main things. We got 2 diesel engines, we got 2 drilling machines, and we got 2 turbochargers for the diesel engines. Oh, these aren't stackable. Okay. They're only stackable in the backpack. Good to know. But we do need 2 of everything else as well. So that's going to be 2 speed controllers, 2 large cogwheels, 2 small cogwheels. Sorry about the noise. The diesel engine, very loud. I guess the speed controller is the most expensive thing that we don't have yet, so we'll make 2 of those. 2 clutches I think we've probably already got. Let's concentrate on the speed controllers then. Let's get those done first. Hey, Scotty Dog, how are you doing? So, speed controller requires a brass casing and a precision mechanism. We don't have any precision mechanisms. We do have a couple of brass casings. Yeah, usual recipe for the precision mechanism. I just need to double check the speed controller though, because I'm not 100% sure. It is a brass casing and a precision mechanism. Okay, so we're going to need a couple of gold sheets. We'll make some spares. We really need to automate the production of precision mechanisms as well. That's something else we can do in the new building, because it's getting to be a bit of a pain crafting these manually every time we need one, especially because there's quite a lot of risk of it not actually crafting properly. What's the mod? Most of the stuff that you're seeing right now is from a mod called Create. The mod pack itself is called Create at Astra. It's a custom mod pack by me, which you can download on the Discord server if you're a member of that. There's about 100 mods in the pack, but the main ones are Create, which is all of this machinery here, and Ad Astra, which is basically a modern-day remake of Galacticraft. And there's lots of other stuff as well. There's Alex's Mobs, there's Farmer's Delight, Terralith, Incendium, Nullscape, backpacks, gravestones, lots and lots of good stuff, lots and lots of bits and pieces. But yeah, the main 2 mods are Create and Ad Astra. Oh, I see what it's doing. Right, it's doing them all individually. See, this is why we need to automate this as well, because at the minute I'm doing this manually. Every single time we need a precision mechanism, we have to do this manually. And it's a very tedious process. So once the second building's up and running, we absolutely need to automate the production of precision mechanisms, at the very least. But we got 1 there. Another day of Minecraft Monday, says Tazka. It is indeed, Tazka. How you doing? Good afternoon. Okay, we've run out of cogwheels. Need to go get some more of those. We don't have any, but we do have shafts and wood. We might need to make some more wood, though. Let's get a stack of birch. There we go. Oh, wait, I didn't get out as many shafts as I thought I did. There we go. Okay, that should be enough. And get a precision mechanism out. Thanks for the gifts, by the way, Scotty Dog, the Heart Me and 2 Go Populars. Thank you very much. Oh, it's finished. I didn't notice. Okay, there's 2 speed controllers. I think I'll finish off these 3 precision mechanisms anyway, just so that we've got them for future use, you know. Again, it just makes things easier if we've got some ready to go, and then I don't have to do this again next time we need some. Oh, I've just put a hole in the wall. Good. Okay, that's 3. 2 more. And then I promise we'll do something more interesting. We actually do have quite a lot to do today. Apart from getting the 2 machines set up. Oh, by the way, there is a new mod in the pack, and it is none other than Create Steam and Rails. I cannot tell you how excited I am to have this mod in the game. This is my absolute favourite expansion for Create. Is a mod called Steam and Rails. It adds in way more options with trains, different types of train track. You can have narrow gauge track, broad gauge track. There's more train parts. There's buffers and couplers and all sorts of other stuff. Absolutely fantastic mod. Right when I started this series, the plan was always to include that mod in the pack, but unfortunately it wasn't updated for the latest version of Create. But just this morning, they finally released the first alpha release of Steam and Rails for Create 6.0. So we now have it in the pack, and if I just type in here, Steam and Rails, you can see all of this incredible new stuff that it adds. So first of all, there's all these different types of train track. We can make train tracks with sleepers from every type of wood in the game. We can do narrow gauge track, we can do broad gauge track, we can do monorails. There's all these decorative train casing blocks. Those are from Sound of Steam, that's a different thing. There's track switchers, there's a hand car, like a pump trolley hand car. There's conductors caps. We can make andesite golems who act as train conductors. There's loads of stuff. There's so many options. Really, really great mod. Glad that we've finally been able to add it into the mod pack, and we will be doing plenty of stuff with that in future. Now that we've got all these mining drills as well all over the place, we can actually set up a rail network. Because our iron mine is like 2,000 blocks away. We are going to need a way to get the iron from there to our main facility, right? And now that we've got this mod, it opens up the door for us to actually have a train-based logistics network. So in another 10 episodes, there could be railway lines going all over the map, connecting all of these places to our main base. Very exciting stuff. Very, very exciting stuff. Like I say, I've wanted to have that mod since we first started this series, and we finally got it. So, looking forward to actually getting stuck into that in future streams. Hi, Ellie, by the way. Sorry, Ellie, I didn't see that comment earlier. I was off on a rant about trains. But hello, welcome to the stream. That's awesome, says Douglas. It certainly is, Douglas. Like I say, very, very much looking forward to all of that. Okay, let me just put these cogwheels away. Oh, actually, no, I'll keep them out for a second, because I think we are going to need some to make some mechanical pumps. But we've now got the 2 speed controllers. We got 2 large cogwheels, 2 small cogwheels. We need 2 clutches, 2 gearboxes, 2 mechanical pumps, 6 pipes, 2 copper casings. Okay, I'm gonna try and remember all that. Oh, I got hair on my arm. Okay, let's see if we got any pipes or pumps, first of all. We do have pipes, good. and pumps are literally just pipes combined with cogs, so we can make 2 of those easily. Then we got 6 spare, that's exactly how much we needed. Put these away. Gearboxes. We don't have any gearboxes. We can make gearboxes, they're quite straightforward as well. Hey, how you been? Not too bad, not too bad. Been keeping well. It's been a pretty busy week for streaming this week, though. This is our 4th live stream this week. I don't normally stream that often. Normally I do 2 or 3 streams a week, but it's been pretty all over the place this week. Lots of stuff going on, which is good. I'm not complaining. Okay, a couple of copper casings, target blocks. I can't remember the recipe for target blocks. Who's... fuck off, Gemini. My phone keeps listening to me. I don't like it. Google's AI, I think it's called Gemini. Whenever I say anything that sounds remotely like those 2 words, it just starts listening to me. Which is unnerving. I don't like being listened to by my phone. But that's modern technology for you. Oh, I need a hoe. We need to grow a little bit of wheat because I do need a couple of target blocks which require straw. Hoe. Thank you. Hey, William, how you doing? Ooh. Where's your fruity little dress today? I'm not in a dress today. I haven't... when was the last time I actually wore a dress on stream? I guess, actually, I was wearing a dress yesterday, now that I think about it. Oh, by the way, this little farm we got going on here, this is all going to have to go. As you can see, the building is going to cut right through this little pond here, so the whole building is going to have to... the whole pond here is going to have to be filled in to make space. But for now, we can use it to grow a little bit of wheat. Have you heard of Crusader Kings 3? It's one of my favourite games at the minute. I have heard of Crusader Kings. Yeah, Crusader Kings is not really my kind of game. But I've heard good things about it. But yeah, it's just not really my cup of tea. Okay, what else did we need? Clutches. We need 2 clutches. I've forgotten how to make those. Redstone, andesite casing, and shaft. Okay, 2 redstone, 2 andesite casing, and 2 shafts. Shafts are in my backpack. We're running out of shafts as well. But there's 2 clutches. Game looks good. What shader pack is it? And is it free? Yep, the shader pack is free, and all the mods that I'm playing with are free as well. The shader is called Mellow Shader. I'll just show you. Here we go. Actually, I think it's just called Mellow on the CurseForge download page. But yeah, the Mellow Shader is the one that I'm using. Very good shader. Very lightweight. It doesn't like completely transform the look of the game. It just enhances it, which I think is what a good shader pack should do. I don't like shader packs that completely drown out the Minecraft feel, you know? Oh, have I forgotten the recipe for tunnels as well, or funnels? Yes, I have. It's andesite, not andesite alloy. I mean, it's andesite alloy, not andesite casing. And I think this gives us 2 at a time as well. It does, so we can put 2 of them in here. You can go in there. You can go in there. Okay. Hoppers. We need 2 hoppers. And there we go. And I think we'll have to go back and check it out and see what else we need at this point, because I've lost track. Oh, sorry, voice went a bit there. Okay. Oh, has our machine run out? Oh, diesel engine's run out. Okay, well at least it's a bit quieter now. We've run out of fuel over here. We've got just shy of 4 stacks, which is good to know. But let's just check we got everything. So we got 2 gearboxes. We got all of the pipes that we need. We still need the 2 target blocks, so we're going to need 2 hand cranks. Obviously, oh, we got a chunk loader already. I think that's in storage. We need 2 barrels, 2 hoppers. 2 barrels, 2 hoppers, 4 girders, not girders, brackets. 2 barrels. Make a mental note of this, everybody. 2 barrels, 2 hoppers. No, we got the hoppers. Never mind the hoppers. 2 barrels, 2 levers, 2 hand cranks, 4 brackets. Remember those. Okay. 2 levers. Sorry about the bot. Okay, 2 levers. 2 barrels. Planks. Wait. How do I not have planks? I do have planks. They're in my backpack. Okay. 2 barrels. So we got a spare. 2 levers, 2 barrels, 2 hand cranks. Which we also don't have. I think they're planks and andesite. There we go. And 4 brackets. Which are iron nuggets and andesite alloy. Like so. No, they aren't. Okay. What's the recipe for a bracket then? I wish there was a crafting interface that you could attach to the vault as well, so that you could craft stuff straight out of the vault. Would make things a lot easier. Okay, there's the brackets. We're very, very close now. Let's head over and see what's left. So I think it's just the belts and the shafts. So we're going to need 4 shafts, 8 shafts, and 2 belts. That's everything. Belts, there's 2 of those. Shafts, 8 of those. That's everything. Apart from the target blocks, which we need to grow the wheat for. And there's there is the stone brick base as well, and the granite surround. Okay, there's a couple more bits, but we're nearly there. We're very close. Hummingbird there, by the way. Hey Jen, how you doing? Is this grown? It is. Good. And this one also. Do we have any bone meal? Because we need 2 blocks of this. Actually, hang on. I'm being an idiot. Why don't we just go to a village and see if they've got any straw? Does Azure Merez. or however you want to pronounce it, have any straw. No, but they do have wheat. We'll just pinch some of that. Problem solved. I'm okay, how are you? I'm pretty good, Jed, yeah. Can't complain. 11 wheat. That's still not enough, but it's better. Thanks for following. I am Frank. I think that says. I'm using my small screen today for the chat. Thanks, Jen, as well, and Meow. Okay, we're still short on wheat, but there is another village, Croarkark, which we can't go to, apparently. Okay, we can't go anywhere, apparently. Slight problem. I appear to no longer be able to teleport using waystones. Let me re-log into the game real quick. I don't know what's happened there. You look beautiful today. Thank you, Douglas. Did you change gender, says Fionbar? I did, yes. So I was raised as a boy. Came out about 4 years ago as a trans woman. And I've been out ever since. Thanks for the heart, me. STFC, is that STF? Oh, STFC, I know. A regular viewer. Okay, we relogged and we have now teleported. So I think what happened is it teleported us. Like, the game registered as teleporting us without actually teleporting us, and then it got confused when I tried to teleport again. So when I've logged back in, it's finished the teleport successfully, which is good. Okay, you're not going to attack me, are you? This is a Tarantula Hawk, by the way, from the Alex's Mobs mod. It appears to not be hostile. Which I thought they were. But apparently not. Oh, straw blocks! Perfect. We'll have some of them. Oh, we can mine these with a hoe? There we go. Hay. I mean hay, not straw. And there is a difference. We do actually have straw in this mod pack from Farmer's Delight. You still playing ETS, says STFC. I'm not sure when I'm going to be playing ETS next. I do want to get back into it quite soon, because we have been out of the game for a while. But I don't know for sure when the next ETS stream is going to be. Okay, now we make our target blocks. Is that not the recipe for a target block? Nope, it's only 4 redstone. Okay. That's better. Right, then we can put these away. The sound of the villagers always makes me laugh, says Jen. They are pretty silly. Okay, so all we need now then is the girders that are going to go in the corners. Which means we will need a few iron sheets. We'll need 8 lanterns, which are also going to go in the corners to make sure that it's lit up properly at night. And then we're going to need the stone bricks and granite for the base. There's our iron plates. Make these into girders. Lanterns. Do we have any lanterns? We don't, but they're easy enough to make. Why it always takes out an odd number of whatever I'm trying to get. There we go, 8 lanterns, which I've just put away by mistake. Then we just need the stone bricks and granite pillars. So how many of those do we need roughly? I'll just go and have a quick look, get a rough idea. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 by 9. So 63, we'll call it a stack of stone bricks. And then for the edge, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times 4, that's going to be 36. So 36 granite pillars, 63 stone bricks, times 2, because we're building this thing twice. So 36 times 2, 72, that's a stack plus 8 of granite. I think for simplicity's sake, though, we'll just get 2 stacks of everything. Call me gender fluid because I'm melting in this heat, says Shay. That's my joke, Shay. That's my joke. And then we need 2 stacks of stone bricks as well. Do we have any stone bricks? We have a few. But we can easily make a couple more. There. Yep. And oh, we need 2 blocks of coarse dirt as well. We don't really need those, but I think it looks better with the mining drill to be drilling on coarse dirt. And we do need iron drill bits as well. There's always something else. There's always something else. Okay, I'll put my wrench away. We'll get the building gadget out. We're going to need to put something else away as well. Oh, we can put the planks away. Okay, so everything we have in our inventory right now is for the mining drill construction. I don't think we got anything here that isn't for constructing the mining drill, which is good. That's what we're aiming for. Okay, stack of stone bricks. As soon as this is done, another stack of stone bricks. There we go. We don't even need the crafting table for that. There we go. Drill bit. Drill bit. As far as I'm aware, the drill bit is the very last thing. 4 blocks of iron and 10 iron ingots. Do we have enough iron for that? We do. Hummingbird behind me again, by the way. Those don't stack. Good. Which means our inventory is going to be completely full to the brim. But we do now have everything we need to start placing our equipment. So, I'll put the duplicate items away, the unstackable items. They can go to one side for now. And then everything else here is going to be for construction. So, we need to go and copy, because we have our copy and paste gadget, we need to go and copy the drill from the iron mine. So we switch to copy mode, we right click here, and then we shift right click here. Copy 297 blocks, and then if we switch to paste mode, there we go, we have our entire mining setup ready to place. Literally all we need to do is right click and it will build it wherever we place it. And it's as simple as that. So now we can go to the copper mine and place one down here. Hi Lucas, how are you doing? Okay, so the copper mine is here. Let's just get the ore vein finder out and make sure we are in the right chunk. Oh, we're right on the border. So let's make sure it is this chunk here. No, it's this chunk here. Raw copper is in this chunk right now. So we need to make sure that the mining drill itself is within the boundaries of this chunk. So let's place that down first. and then we can line up the rest of the build to fit the space. Turn the overlay off. I should have bought a bed because it's going to start getting dark. Let's just start mining. In fact, we will move this. Actually, we'll move this for now. When you're going to change your voice, if you're gonna, says Rory. I don't know, Rory, to be honest. Obviously, voice training is definitely something that I want to do at some point. But it doesn't really come easy. Voice training is one of those things where it really does depend on your starting point quite a lot. And it helps if you have like a background in like singing or performing, because you know you're more used to exercising your vocal cords in that way. So you will find that people who like do a lot of singing tend to be voice training tends to come easier for those people, whereas for someone like me, it's not an easy process. It's very slow going, but I do intend to change my voice eventually. Yeah. Okay, let me have a quick drink. I'm drinking a Tutti Frutti Fanta today, by the way. It's interesting. I wouldn't say it's anything special, really. I wouldn't put it on my top 5 Fantas or anything, but it's not bad. Okay, back to the copper mine. So, we need to make sure we have 9 by 11 blocks of space. Which we already have there. If we move this tree, we should be alright here. Fill in this gap with some dirt. In fact, we'll just cover over this hole with dirt. There we go. And we should be able to just plonk our mining drill right here. Okay, there. Right click. Oh my god, look at that. I love it. I love it. One click, it's here. Every single block placed. Now, obviously, you do need to have the blocks. You can see from my inventory, one of everything has disappeared. So it doesn't just pull the blocks out of thin air. You do actually have to make sure you've got all the items in your inventory to be placed. But once you have, you just right-click. It places it all down. And look at this. We are within the chunk. If I just check one more time with the vein finder. Yep, raw copper. So, oh, we do need to put the drill bit in as well. That isn't done automatically. Pop the drill bit in. And the turbocharger for the diesel engine. We'll pop that on as well. Everything else is placed. Which means... Oh, we didn't get a chunk loader. Let me just go and grab one of those. And we'll also grab a barrel of biodiesel. And we'll see if it works. Chunk loader. There we go. Single chunk loader will be enough. Then up to the biodiesel plant. We do desperately need to automate biodiesel production as well, because our iron generator's already stopped working because it's ran out of fuel. And we only have... After this, we only have 1 canister of diesel left. So we really do need to get that automated too. But now, if I put a chunk loader here to make sure that it keeps working even when we're not in the chunk, I'm going to put it on top like we did for the iron mine. Are these mods, says T3D? Yes, I'm playing with a custom mod pack called Create at Astra. If you're a member of the Discord server, you can download it in the Minecraft channel. But there's about 100 mods in the pack, mainly based around Create, which is the mod that adds in all this fancy machinery that you're seeing right now. There we go. Just make this look a little bit tidier. And I think we'll move the... I think we'll move this, actually. We'll pop it here. Copper mine. Do we have any more dirt anywhere? We got one block. There we go. That's it. It looks a little bit cleaner. That's. I'm happy with that. Okay, so moment of truth. If we start turning this now, there it goes. There goes the drill. Oh, we need to set the speed on the controller. 32. And we are now mining copper. Not rotating with enough speed. It's 32. Hold on. I think the mining drill might have not placed down properly because we placed it with the gadget. Okay, there we go. Put the drill bit back in. And we're mining copper! We are now officially mining raw copper. And again, this machine will mine infinitely until it runs out of fuel, which will be quite quick, actually. But this will infinitely mine copper for us. So we've now automated iron and copper mining. We've still got one more of these to build for our zinc mine. And then we can get on with constructing Building 2, which is going to be the main focus of today's stream. I completely understand if you don't want to answer this, but have you ever faced criticism for being trans, says Jed Hill? Yes, Jed. Every time I go online, as a matter of fact. I get a lot more negative attention online than I do in real life. I've never really had any issues with transphobia in real life. But yeah, being a trans person in online spaces, I get it every single day. You know, I'm used to it at this point. It really doesn't bother me anymore. But yes, I've had my fair share of negativity. Okay, so we can leave this. Like I say, this will just keep mining forever, even if we leave the chunk, because we got our chunk loader here. So let's just leave it to do its thing. We are going to head back to base. And we should now have everything that we need to just go ahead and place our other mining drill straight away. So, oh, we need a waystone as well, because we need to set a waystone up at the zinc mine. And then we can get that automated too. I think I'm going to take a bed as well, just in case it gets dark while we're out there, because we are actually going to have to travel there manually to get the waystone set up. That's so sad, you should just be able to exist in peace, says Abs, Nats and Chats. Yeah, I should be able to, but unfortunately not everyone agrees. Unfortunately, you know, just the very fact that I exist is a problem for some people. And they love to share the fact that it's a problem for them. They never shut up about it. But again, that's life. That's life as a trans person. I'm used to it. It really doesn't bother me anymore. I'm disabled and I've had a lot of horrible trolls in my life too. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry to hear that as well. Abs, Nats and Chats. It is awful. But yeah, like I'm sure you know, eventually you do kind of grow thicker skin and you get used to it. Oh, look at that lightning. You are beautiful, says Adam Davies. Thank you, Adam. That's very kind of you. Ooh, a little bit of dripstone here. That could come in handy for an infinite lava generator. I forgot where I collected it from last time when we set up the lava generator for our andesite alloy farm, but we will need another infinite lava generator at some point, so good to know where we can find some dripstone. People unfortunately pick on differences instead of celebrating them. They do, they do. You know, it'd be a pretty boring world if we were all the same. And yet, despite that, there are certain people out there who would prefer it if that were the case. Let me just swim to shore. Okay, I can run on the water, by the way, because I've got the special boots that let me run on water. You're one of my favourite people, says Douglas. Thank you, Douglas. How are you, says Alfie. I'm pretty good, Alfie. Thanks very much. How are you doing? Oh, it's starting to get dark as well, so we'll have a sleep once we get to land. Oh my god, that lightning's close. I don't think I've ever been struck by lightning in Minecraft. I think oh my god, it might be about to happen. That was very close. I think my base has been struck by lightning on a couple of occasions, I seem to remember. I don't think I've ever been killed by lightning in Minecraft. Until today. No, fingers crossed. I might have jinxed it, but fingers crossed we will not get struck by lightning right now. What mod pack have you got on? So I'm using a custom mod pack Phoebe called Create Ad Astra. You can download it in the Discord server if you're a member of that. There's a link in my bio. But the main mods in the pack are Create and Ad Astra, which is a remake of Galacticraft. There's lots of other stuff as well, though. There's Terralith, Incendium, Nullscape, Alex's Mobs, Farmer's Delight, Sophisticated Backpacks, Gravestones, Waystones, Zero's Minimap. Lots of quality of life stuff. We got building gadgets. There's all sorts of stuff in there. But yeah, the main two mods are Create and Ad Astra. Okay, let's have a quick sleep. Oh, the zinc's right here. Okay. Now, unfortunately, this isn't very flat compared to the other locations, so it might be a bit tricky to set the mining drill up in this space. But we'll do what I can. Where's my... Oh, my ore vein finder's here. Okay, so there is raw zinc in this chunk. The chunk does extend down to here, which is a little bit flatter, so we could build it so that the mining drill is here, but like the rest of the equipment is just outside. As long as the actual drill itself is in this chunk, we will get infinite zinc. Okay. Thanks for the hand heart and the heart me, by the way, abs, nats, and chats. I've barely played Minecraft, but I think I should start getting into it. You really should, abs, nats, and chats. It's a great game. Fair warning, obviously, if you want to play with mods, you will need to be on a PC or Mac, because mods aren't available on consoles. But even if you are playing on a console, the game on its own is very fun. You don't really need to have too many mods to enjoy it. I play on PC anyway, well, then you're good to go. You're good to go. And again, if you want to play with this mod pack that I'm playing with, you can download it in the Minecraft channel on the Discord server. What was I going to do? Mods are available on console, says Anonymous. Well, technically, yeah. Technically, mods are available on console. but nowhere near the way that they're available on PC. The thing is, with console, mods have to be approved. It's the same with games like Farming Sim. Farming Sim's a cross-play game, so no matter what platform you play on, you can play multiplayer Farming Sim. But if you're playing on console, you only have like a fifth of the mods that are available to PC players, because the mods consoles are a lot more strict about what content is and isn't allowed. So there are so many mods that you just can't get on console. And especially with Minecraft as well, most mods that are available you have to pay for. So it really, if you want to play modded Minecraft, PC is by far the best option to do that. But yes, you can technically get some mods on console. Okay, we've set up the drill for the zinc mine. I usually stream shooters, but I think I'd enjoy Minecraft. I think it's I think it's a good game to stream because it's not too intense. You know, for me personally, I like to play games. In terms of when I'm streaming, I like to play games that aren't too intense, so that I've got time to focus on reading the chat and, you know, interacting with viewers and stuff like that. I don't really like games where there's so much action going on that I don't even have time to look at the chat, let alone read it. And I think Minecraft falls into that niche, you know, where it's calm enough that I have time to interact with chat. Okay, so let's get the gadget out. We'll put the machine. Oh, how do I rotate it? Rotate? Nope, that didn't work. Oh, I've just accidentally reloaded the shaders. It might freeze for a minute. I accidentally pressed R. There we go. Okay, there we go. That rotates it. We need to... I've done it again. I keep pressing R to rotate, but R doesn't rotate. R reloads the shaders. You have to hold down G to open the gadget interface, and then press the button that you want to press. Okay, here we go. Now we have to make sure that the drill itself is in the chunk. So I'm thinking somewhere about there. Can it replace blocks, by the way? Replace blocks, warning, voids, dropped blocks. Yeah, we'll go with that. So then it'll automatically replace the dirt as well with the blocks that we need. I don't want to have to take it all apart and move it one block to the right or whatever. So it has to be in the right place from the off. Let's go there. Okay, that's good. It doesn't replace air, so we still have to clear out a few blocks here. There we go, but it does fit. And you can see my inventory is almost completely empty now, because it's all been used up. We do need to replace the drill itself. Oh, it didn't place down... There's a couple of bits that it didn't place this time, for some reason. Oh, there's no belts. That would explain that. The turbocharger and the drill bit we need to place manually. There's the turbocharger. There's the drill bit. We are... absolutely make sure that we are in the right chunk and that we are going to get zinc from this. We are indeed. Good to know. Hi, Danny. How you doing? I streamed Phasmo last night for the first time, and it was scary. Oh, I love Phasmo. I love Phasmo. That's one of the games that I play with my friends. That and Lethal Company. We haven't played Lethal for a while, but that's another great game to play with a few friends. Okay, we've run out of dirt. We've run out of shovel, and I need to clear some stuff. I'm just going to teleport home real quick. We need another belt anyway. Belt, shovel. There we go. I've only been playing it for 3 days, so I'm still terrified. It is a scary game when you first start out. It definitely does. It definitely does have a great scary vibe to it, you know. Okay, I forgot to name the drill apparently. Belt on there. A chunk loader on the top, which we forgot, so we're gonna have to go back to base again. I'm going to leave this for now, but I think we'll build some kind of little wall there just to... In fact, we could make a little something out of granite. Ooh, what if we get rid of this corner and do something like this? Yeah, I think that kind of works. Or we could have it going down in steps. Like that. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Yeah, we'll do it here as well. Then backfill this with a bit of dirt. Oh, not there. There we go. I'm always the bait for the tasks where it has to chase you. Ooh. Oh, I've been there. I've been there. I think that's good. That looks good to me. We'll put these girders back down just so that there's light in these two corners. And there we have it. There is our third mining drill. And the final mining drill that we're going to be placing today. We just need a barrel of biodiesel, and we can start mining. We can chuck the rest away, by the way. We do need these brackets. I'll sort everything out in the morning, actually. One of my friends just sits in the van waiting for the hunt. It is actually a good strategy to have someone in the van, you know, monitoring everyone's cams. If you're in a 4-player game, I think any less than 4 players, it's not really worth it. But if you're in a 4-player game, it's worth having someone stay back at the van. How do you deal with online hate, says Bozo. I just don't let it get to me, Bozo. Like I say, I've had plenty of it. I've been doing TikTok for a year now. I've had more than my fair share of negative attention online. I think that the best thing you can do is just ignore it, and I know that's hard to do. Especially at first, when you get your first few negative comments, it can be difficult not to take them to heart. But you really just have to tell yourself that the people saying those things are just trying to get a reaction. And if you give them a reaction, then they've won, basically. So, you know, don't give them the satisfaction of letting them get to you. That's the best advice I can give. Just don't cave to it, don't rise to it. As hard as it might seem at first, you've just got to cold shoulder it, and they'll eventually get bored and just give up when they see that they're not gonna provoke you, you know. Where did you get the Ashbridge Industries name from, says Kalen. So the Ashbridge Industries name, Ashbridge is my surname. And the name comes from a time when I was at university. Oh, this is a crafting table. Why am I putting all this stuff in the crafting table? I'm supposed to be putting it in here. The name comes from when I was at university, studying game design. On our like prototype games that we used to make, you had to provide like a brand name, and I always used Ashbridge Industries as like my official name on projects that I worked on, and the name just kind of stuck. So now, whenever I do anything like quote-unquote official online, I like to use that name. So that's why I decided to use the name for my TikTok and my YouTube. Okay, this is officially the last barrel of biodiesel, so once this barrel has been used, we have none left. Which means all of our mines are gonna very quickly run out of fuel. But on the bright side, we do now have mining drills for copper, iron, and zinc. And that's the main thing. So as soon as we get this started... Oh, actually... we might actually need a bigger chunk loader, because I've built this between two chunks, and this chunk loader can only load one single chunk. I didn't think of that. We can... I think for now we're just going to have to get another single one. No farming sim today? No, not today. Not today. Friday. Yeah, so we're going to have to get a couple more chunk loaders. I didn't even think about that. I didn't even think about the fact that these chunk loaders only load one chunk each. So if any of our machinery is in more than one chunk, it won't work. See, this one's alright, because this entire drill is inside one chunk. But the zinc one definitely covers two chunks, and this one might as well. Okay, this one, all of the important stuff is in one chunk, so we're okay here. We got 40 raw copper, by the way, so that's working perfectly. I think it's just the zinc mine where I've accidentally... What did I say earlier as well? If it was just one block to the north, then it wouldn't be a problem. If we move this entire thing one block in that direction, then all of the equipment will be inside the chunk, and we won't have to worry about anything else. So I'm going to do that off camera after the stream. I'm not going to waste time doing it right now. We'll just place down another chunk loader for the time being. Not in this chunk, though. It needs to be in this one. There we go. But yeah, that's going to be an off-camera job. I knew it was going to happen as well. I literally said, I bet we're going to end up having to move this one block to the side. And we are. We are going to have to move this whole thing one block to the side, just so that all of the stuff is in one chunk. But I'll sort that out later. For now, it is ready to run. So let's put our... Let's start cranking the hand crank and get it working. Make sure we set the speed to 32, and we are now mining zinc. Gotta go, hope you have an amazing day. Thanks, Abs, you too, have a great day. And any second now. It's a slow machine. But any second now. We got our first piece of raw zinc. There we go. So we now, just to recap, we now officially have an automated drill for iron, copper, and zinc, which means we can now make andesite casing, copper casing, and brass casing infinitely without any input from us. Well, not quite. We still need to actually build the factory to process it, but eventually that's what we'll have. Keep strong, lovely. Can I message you for some Phasmo tips? By all means, Abs. Yeah, I'll happily talk to anyone about Phasmo if you wanna shoot me a DM. Thanks for joining the stream again. It's been lovely chatting with you. Okay, I'm gonna head back to base. We can now cross the copper and zinc drills off our checklist, which means the only other thing that we have to do today is to start laying the foundations for building 2. That is going to be quite a big job in itself, though. We're going to need some tools. We don't have any diamonds, so we're going to have to make quite a lot of iron shovels. Diamond pick, unbreaking and efficiency. Not the silk touch one. There's no point in us getting that out. Why do you call when pigs get on steroids? Is that like a riddle? Is that like one of those tongue twisters? What does that mean? Those are all words, apart from steroids. I don't think that's a word. But I've just never seen them in that order. Okay, here we go. We're going to start digging the foundations. So, to clarify, this entire area needs to be dug out so that the ground level is here. This is going to be the ground level of the building, so everything here needs to be completely cleared. In fact, if we've got a few stone bricks, just to mark out a small section of the floor, just to be absolutely sure. I sent you a message request ages ago about something unrelated, so I can't message you again. I'll take a look, Abs. Don't worry. I'll take a look after the stream, and see if we can have a chat. Okay, so the floor level is going to be here, which is a couple of blocks above this the sea level here, which will make so we won't have to dig down quite as far as we would if we were going all the way down to sea level, but it's still a lot to dig out. It's going to be a lot of work to get it down to this level, so let's get started. In fact, this can be moved back a bit. And then the walls are going to be calcite, by the way. I want this building aesthetically to match building 1. And obviously building 1 is made out of cut calcite with the occasional marble brick for texture. So it's going to look pretty similar to building 1, but with granite pillars surrounding the outside. Thank you. Just wanted to let you know I couldn't message you. That's fair. That's all right. Abs, I'll like I say, I'll get in touch with you later. Thought you were going to play Farming Simulator. Not till Friday, George. I only play Farming Sim on Fridays. What you building? Says Captain Riley. We're currently marking out the foundations for our second building. So this is our first building, and currently we're 10 episodes in, and this is the only building we've built. We've built plenty of machinery. You know, we got all sorts of machinery all over the place, but this is our first actual building, and it's quite small inside, so we need a bigger building for some of the mass production that we're going to be doing later on. So that's what we're doing today. We've marked out the foundation. It's almost 2x3 full chunks. So this is what we're going to be hollowing out to make space for this new building. Have a great stream. Thanks, Abs. Enjoy the rest of your day. I'm just waiting for it to get dark enough to sleep. I'll have a drink while we wait. Thanks for the heart, me, Simo. Is it Simo or Simo? Like Simon? do let me know. I don't like to be pronouncing people's names wrong, so if I do ever get it wrong, correct me. Okay, so this is what we're going to be using for the outside of the building. There we go. So it's going to look like this. I'm not sure. I think the best way to build it... Okay, there's two options. We can build one panel and then copy and paste that. Or we can build one, like, ring and then copy and paste that upwards. I'm not sure what's going to be the best option. Because it's on the side of a hill, I don't think either option is particularly great. But we'll see what we can do. We'll sort something. So we need to dig the whole thing down to level 64 so that we've got space for the floor itself. So let's head up to this corner and mark out the first... Let's dig the first hole. Let's bore the first hole for this building. Terraforming time. Says not in my life. Yes, it is terraforming time, and there's going to be a lot of it. This is... Normally I do this sort of stuff off stream. If you're a regular viewer of this series, you'll notice that at the start of each stream, I've normally, like, already terraformed a small patch of land off camera so that we can get on with the building. But today, because I haven't actually planned much of the building itself, I thought it'd be a good idea to show you the actual terraforming process, which you don't really get to see on stream that often. So the footprint of the building is 43 by 31. Obviously, there's the walls and the outer pillars, which take off 4 blocks total in each direction. So the actual inside footprint of the building will be 39 by 27. So we'll have 39 by 27 blocks of space inside the building, which is substantially more than we got in our current building. So it's gonna be very handy. It's gonna be very... There's going to be space for the new machinery that we need to build, and we do need to build quite a lot of new machinery. In particular, this building is going to be used for ore processing. So once the mining drills are working in full swing, we're going to bring all the iron ore, zinc, copper, coal, and gold into this building, and it's all going to be processed en masse to produce copper, iron, zinc, brass, and steel ingots. So 5 different types of ingots are going to be produced en masse in this one building. So it's quite important that it has plenty of space inside. Okay, I think we're going to have to go up top to actually be able to get the top of this out. Oh, sorry, I bumped the mic there because I went to scratch my nose. Oh shit, is this the corner? Oh, I shouldn't have broken those. Whoops. Hopefully that won't be too noticeable. Okay. That's the corner. By the way, are you on PC? Yes, I am indeed on PC. Oh shit! I think I've disturbed some of the leaves here as well. I'll tell you what I'll do. You should use shaders. I am using shaders, Warden. The shader I'm using is called Mellow. Very good lightweight shader that doesn't spoil the look of the game too much. I'm not a big fan of shaders that like completely transform the game because like why would you want to do that? I like how the vanilla game looks, but a shader pack like this is the perfect amount. Okay. There we go, that's a bit better. These trees are all going to have to come down anyway. So, in fact, this tree here probably is going to come down as well at some point, so... hang on. You know what, actually? It might be a good idea if we start by getting rid of the trees and then dig out the foundation. That makes more logical sense, right? Use Solace, it's more realistic. I might have Solace. No, I've got Solus. That's a different thing. Okay, so yeah, these trees here are gonna have to go. Who are you talking to, says Miso? My viewers. Oh god, how many... The problem with the scrubland as well is you have to clear every single log before the leaves actually decay. There we go. And even then, they still don't completely decay. I may take this one as well. Okay, I might have gone a bit overboard with the tree removal. We'll leave this one. We'll leave this one intact. Not that dirt. Thank you. Oh, what's that? Acorn. Lovely. Yeah, that'll do. Why are these leaves not decaying? There we go. And I think we'll clear this one as well. And this little one here. There we go. I'm not clearing any more in front of the building here, but this is where... I think this is where we'll have the entrance to the second floor. We'll have a doorway here that leads into the upper floor of the building. And then obviously down there is where we're going to have the door to the lower floor. But this is good. This is looking good. Clear away some of this grass as well. We can always regrow if necessary. There we go. We could build a little something out here as well to justify clearing all this space. So now let's carry on just clearing the trees. I'm going to have to go and sleep in a second because it's starting to get dark again. Oh, axe is broke. It's okay, we'll go and grab another one. Can only sleep at night, not dark enough yet. Oh, I didn't mean to put that in there. Do we have another axe? Only a wooden one. Stone one, sorry. There we go. Now I should be able to sleep. Thanks for following ChancePup570. Thanks for following Huey127. God, there's so many trees. In hindsight, choosing this biome for my base might not have been the best idea. But on the other hand, I do love how, you know, I love how I've done it so that all the factories and stuff are still surrounded by trees. I've tried to cut down as few trees as possible around the base, so most of it is nestled in quite well with the natural surroundings. But when you get started with a big project like this, where you need to clear loads of space, you realise just how many trees and little bushes there are in this biome. Okay, that's not looking too bad. Are there any trees along this edge that are going to interfere? No. I think this tree can stay, to be honest. It will be touching the corner of the building, but this one will have to go. In fact, I will get rid of this one as well. I'll take this one. That one I think can stay though. I think that one's not really imposing. This one, yeah, those ones down there are definitely not going to be in the way. Ooh. Also, it comes right down. The corner of the building is right on this little natural bay here. So we could, like, transport some of the stuff from the factory by boat. This doesn't look much like Minecraft with all the shaders, says Lucas. I disagree. I think, like, I specifically chose these shaders because they do keep the Minecraft feel. There are some shaders that are way too much and they just make it look so completely different. But this one I think is a really good natural shader that doesn't really change too much. TBH, some shaders are too much, but I do like this one, says Lucas. Glad you agree, Lucas. Okay, I think we'll keep all of these trees at the bottom here. Maybe this one... it's going to be a bit delicate to destroy this one without damaging these others, but I do think... I would like to try and keep some of these. In fact, maybe we could keep this one as well because of... yeah, for now we'll keep this one. I need a block of dirt from somewhere just to fill this in. There we go. Ah, actually we could put some moss carpet there. There we go. Yeah, I think we'll be alright with that. We'll keep that for now. This one will have to go. Because I think we'll probably have some kind of staircase running along this side of the building. Hey girl, how are you today? I'm alright, Chance Pup, how are you doing? How are you today, says Callum. I'm good, Callum. How are you? Let's trim some of the leaves around this area here. And I think this one will have to go as well. Like I say, if I do go with the idea of having a footpath that runs down the side of the building, you know, there should be enough space there for that. So we'll keep that as it is there. And just do the tiniest little bit of organising just to fill in this gap a tad. I'm good. What's your game streaming schedule? So my current schedule is Minecraft on Mondays, Farming Sim on Fridays, and Oddworld Munch's Odyssey on Sundays. This week I'm going to be doing a stream on Saturday because I always do a special stream on the last Saturday of every month where I play some more cozy games. I think I'm going to carry on with Unpacking and Terra Nil. But yeah, my current regular schedule is Minecraft on Monday and Farm Sim on Friday. I'll probably be doing some more Euro Truck next month, which comes on a Tuesday. But we'll see what happens with that. Like I say, I'm still not sure if I want to get back into Euro Truck yet. I've been away from it for a while, but I'm still not sure if I'm quite looking to get back into it at this point. Okay, in other news, we have now cleared all of the trees, so we can finally start digging down. Okay, cool, I'll tune in. I'll see you there, Chance Pup. My farming sim streams usually get quite busy, so I would recommend joining for Farming Sim on Friday, because that's when I get most of my views. I think last week we had about 300 concurrent viewers, whereas on a stream like this, right now there's only 10 viewers. Normally I don't get more than like 20-25 viewers for a stream like this one, but for Farm Sim, it's easily in the hundreds. Have you ever thought of getting surgery for your voice tone? Not trying to come across as rude, says Emma. No, I've never considered getting surgery. I do want to do voice training. That is very much something that's on my list. But surgery is not something that I've ever considered or had any intention of pursuing. Oh, whoops, I've gone too far there. We are in the right place, yep. I wonder if my pickaxe is even going to last for this. It's a big job. What I might do is, when my pickaxe gets right down to almost broken, I'll put it away, because I don't want to lose this pickaxe, it's really good. I'll put it away till I get some more diamonds to repair it, and in the meantime we can switch over to my other diamond pick. Looks like we're about to lose another shovel, there it goes. Okay, there we go. That's 2 corners dug out. Let's do a nice easy corner next. Let's do this corner here. Oh, look at that. We've already dug out the next corner. Good. I'm going to go and sleep real quick before we continue. Just think, before the end of this stream, this entire hill is going to be gone. Just completely gone. I can't sleep yet, it's not dark enough. I'll tell you what I can do while I wait, is I can fill in a little bit of space. Actually, we can fill this back in because it's going to be below eye level. Like, it's going to be below ground level, so you won't see... I don't want to waste calcite bricks that aren't going to be seen because they're out of view. It's only when we get to here that they're actually going to be... that level's going to actually be visible. There we go. We're going to need a lot more calcite as well. Like, a lot more calcite. The walls are going to be made entirely out of calcite. Whew. Okay, let's... I'm not sure how I feel about this, though, actually. I think we will... Let's take this back just a little bit. I shouldn't really be doing this yet, because we're not even close to starting the actual build of the place. We should just be working on the foundations. But I just want... There's just a few small modifications that I want to make, you know? There we go, that'll do. Put that poppy somewhere else. That looks better. That looks a lot better. Because then here we can do this. Oh, and maybe even this one as well. We need another pillar, though. I'm going to have to go all the way back to the storage vault to get a single granite pillar. House looks lovely. Thanks, Chance Pup. This is actually going to be a factory. One of many that we'll eventually be building. But yeah, this is going to be our first building dedicated specifically to like mass production. There we go. I'm happy with that. Yep, I'm happy with that. Back to digging. There we go. Okay, I'm going to have to go up top to finish it. Is this Java? Yes. Okay, so that is the perimeter of the building fully dug out. We should be able to see the outline of the building on the minimap now. Yep, you can see how big it is. Pretty big. You could probably fit all of the machines we built so far into the footprint of this building, which is good because it shows just how much space we're going to have in here for future machines that we build. What I think we might do now, though, is start taking it down one block at a time, like this. We're probably going to need quite a lot of shovels. Like, more than we already have. I'm going to go for 10 minutes and I'll be back. No worries, Chance Pup. See you soon. So it's pretty much just going to be this for the rest of the stream, just as a heads up. So now would be a good chance to ask any questions or, you know, start a conversation if you'd like to. That's what I'm here for, after all. Not just here for the game. I'm here to chat as well. Okay, I'm going to start loading some of this crap into my backpack as well so that it's not cluttering up my inventory. We need to take this down 10 blocks, by the way. 10 blocks down we have to dig. And unfortunately we are digging with iron tools as well, just in case you're wondering, we haven't yet got a reliable supply of diamonds, so we do have a couple of diamond tools. We got the swords and 2 pickaxes, but we don't yet have enough diamonds to make shovels. So sometimes you just got to rely on iron. Actually, can we make a steel shovel? No, that is a shame. We can make a copper shovel, but I imagine it's not better than a regular shovel. There's no way a copper shovel can be stronger than an iron shovel. I doubt it. PC specs. Intel i5 processor, 12400F. RTX 2070 graphics card, that's 8 GB. 5 terabytes of storage, which might sound excessive, but, you know, considering that I make videos, they take up a lot of space, and then I've got loads of games installed, and games are just bigger and bigger these days, so I think the extra storage space is worth it. And 32 gigs of RAM. Kingston Fury, DDR4. I think it's 3000 megahertz. If you want to know more about my specs, by the way, check out the second pinned video on my profile. It's a video breaking down all of my components of my PC, how much they all cost, where they all came from. So if you want to know anything more about my PC setup, do check out that video. Oh dear. Still so much further to go. Thanks for following, Alex. Hey, how are you doing? I'm doing good. You? Yeah, not too bad. We're currently digging out the foundations for a new building. Although I am going to have to go and sleep again in a moment. Just a quick question, do you get a lot of hate for being trans? Online, yes. In real life, no. I haven't really experienced anything like that in my day-to-day life. In online spaces, yes, but I think, you know, people are a lot more empowered in online spaces to say things that they'd never say in real life because of the anonymity that being online gives you. But yeah, like I say, I've never heard anything in real life like I've heard online. Oh god, I knew this was going to be a big job, but I didn't realise it was going to be this big. We're still only at level 70, we got to go down another 6 levels after this. What's the goal today, says Russell? Currently, Russell, we are clearing out this whole area here, because we're putting a new building here. And rather than trying to find somewhere flat to build it, I wanted to build it right on the steepest hill in this biome. Because it'll look good. It's going to be a pain in the arse to build, but it'll look good when it's done. So, you know, the end justifies the means in this case. I'm also a little bit concerned about the fact that our storage our storage vault is going to be absolutely full to the brim with dirt. We currently have 16 stacks of dirt. And I just really don't want there to be no room in the storage warehouse for anything because it's just full of dirt. So I think we're going to have to find somewhere to dispose of the dirt or store it separately. Or keep hold of it, and then when we eventually go to the moon, we could just take 1,000 stacks of dirt with us and completely terraform the moon. That's a good idea, actually. So I'll put it in the storage vault for now, but as soon as we get our space center built, as soon as we get our mission control built, we'll store all the dirt at mission control to be shipped off to Mars or wherever. The journey's in the destination, says Russell. I don't think I've heard that one before, Russell. You might have a point. Okay, I am going to have to go and craft some more shovels because we are running out. I could just keep the dirt in my backpack, to be fair. I've got space. I could just keep it in my backpack for now. I think my backpack has more storage than the storage vault. That creeper's not following me, is it? Oh, I see it. It's not far away. We'll go this way. It's coming together. It's coming together. There's still a long way to go, but it is coming together. I think I'm going to leave all the stone for last and just keep going down with the dirt for now. Hi, I'm back. How you doing, Chance Pup? Hopefully you're starting to understand why I normally do this sort of stuff off camera. Oh. Okay, you've actually helped me out a bit there, thank you very much. Well, maybe not quite that helpful actually, because I'm still going to have to fill in this side. Ow, I've fallen in the hole. Okay, did we lose one of our pillars? No, we got it back. Good. Okay, small creeper explosion there. It didn't damage the trees, which is good, so I think, you know, no harm done, really. let's just carry on. I should have had my Lego creeper on display somewhere, by the way. Here's my Lego creeper that we built on Wednesday last week. Review video coming soon. I should have had him on. I don't think there's really anywhere that I can put him on display where you'd be able to see him on the stream. But there he is. Very realistic, very game accurate, pixel perfect. Really, really cool build. But yes, I will be doing a review video on the creeper, so keep your eye out for that in the next couple of weeks. What's your favourite game? Says Chancepup. My favourite game of all time is a game called Oddworld Abe's Exodus. It's from 1998 for the PS1. It's the first video game I ever played, and it's mainly my favourite for nostalgia reasons, although it is still a very good game. It still holds up 26 years later. Not 26, nearly 30 years later. It still holds up. Absolutely fantastic game. God, it's a bit of a grind, but... what's your name? My name's Saul, S-A-U-L. It should be in the description of the stream as well. Thanks for following Joke. No, Loke. No, what does that say? It says J Cookie. I was completely a million miles away. I'm reading off a very small screen. Thank you, J Cookie. Okay. Oof, God. There's still another 5 blocks to go. We're gonna need more shovels. I wasn't picking my nose. That was a scratch. Don't go thinking I'm picking my nose on stream, because I'm not. 'Twas a scratch. Farm Sim Friday. Yes, Tom, I will be doing Farm Sim Friday on Friday. As usual. I want to start ramping things up with Farming Sim as well. We've... the last couple of streams have been a little bit slow in terms of the actual progress of the game. So this week I really want to try and ramp things up, get started with... but maybe buy a few more fields so that we've always got a supply of work to be doing. Because last week... I mean, what did we even do last week? We collected some bales, we did a logging contract, and we ploughed a bit of snow, and I think that was it. That was all we did in that entire 3-hour stream. So this week I want to try and get a bit more done on Farming Sim this Friday. Okay, we're gonna have to go and sleep again in a second. So I think it'd be cool to add some background music. I do sometimes add background music when I'm just chatting, when I'm doing those kind of streams. I don't tend to add it when I'm doing games because I feel like the games themselves normally provide enough interest in terms of sound. And obviously Minecraft does have music that plays occasionally. In fact, there's some playing now. I might turn it up a bit actually. That's way too much. That's better. Another shovel. Oh my god, look at all this dirt now. That's more than 27 stacks. That's a full single chest of dirt. Which doesn't seem like much, but we're only halfway. Less than halfway, if anything. But I am determined to get this done today. At least you won't run out of dirt. Yeah, exactly. Like I said earlier, I think I might actually keep hold of it, and then when we go to... When we start going to other planets with the Ad Astra stuff, we can do some terraforming. My god. I did not realise how big of a job this was going to be. 4 blocks to go. How much was the farm sim wheel, Saul? This wheel here, £230. There is a pack that you can't see it, but there's a side panel as well with 25 buttons and a little, not a gear shifter, a little vehicle control arm, which is pretty good. And it comes with 2 pedals as well, brake and accelerate. Hi, Tractor Boy, how are you doing? Is it by Logitech? It is, yes. It's the Logitech Heavy Equipment wheel. I'm good, you, says Tractor Boy. I'm pretty good, yeah. Can't complain. Beautiful day. Thankfully, a lot cooler than it has been recently. I'm very, very grateful for that. I think this week, looking at the forecast, this week in general looks like it's going to be colder than last week, which I do appreciate. But it is going to start to warm up again later in the week. It's too much for me, honestly. I mean, I'm just not used to that kind of heat, you know? Have you considered building an iron farm, says Chance Pup? We don't need one, Chance Pup, because we've got an iron drill. So we're playing with a mod called Ore Excavation, which adds in infinite veins of ores. And we currently have a mining drill mining infinite iron for us. Well, it's not actually working right now, it's ran out of fuel. But once we've refueled it, it will generate iron for us infinitely. And we've also got one for copper and zinc, and eventually we'll have one for all the other mineable ores as well. I want to let you know I support you 100%. Thank you, Chance Pup. That's kind of you to say. Oof. I'm gonna get a repetitive strain injury. Well, actually, I'm just holding down left click, so it's not really doing that much damage to my wrist. Heard a crack of thunder there. Last shovel. Then we're gonna have to go make some more. Is TikTok the only platform you stream on? No, I also stream on YouTube. I've only got about 100 subscribers over there. It's mostly I just stream there because I used to upload all of my streams on there after I'd streamed them on TikTok, and I thought it'd just be easier if I just streamed them straight to there, and then they're, you know, I've got them saved there. So I don't really put much focus on my YouTube channel. It's pretty much just a place for me to upload all of my TikToks as a backup. But by all means, you can go and check it out. And if you want to watch the stream in landscape, you know, on a slightly, if you're watching on a bigger screen, then you can watch the YouTube stream instead. Oh my god, there's a chicken jockey. I'm not gonna do the meme. I'm not gonna say the line. It's a chicken jockey. Wait, is there two of them? No way. No way, there's two chicken jockeys. Holy shit. Okay, I gotta get a screenshot of this. That's incredible. I've never seen two chicken jockeys before. Okay, if the regular zombie wasn't in the way, I could actually get a decent screenshot of the two chicken jockeys. There we go. Okay. Oh, they keep bunching up next to each other. I want them to stay separate so I can get a good screenshot. There we go. I think that was a good one. Obviously, I can't see the screenshots until after the stream, but I think that one was good. I think the reason there's loads of monsters spawning right now is because it's a thunderstorm. You can't see it because it doesn't register in this biome. So I'm going to go and quickly sleep somewhere out of reach of that creeper. Oh, sounds like we could be in for a thunderstorm in real life. I don't know if that was thunder or winds that I just heard from outside. Oh, the chicken jockeys are burning. Oh, I thought there was three of them. Oh my god, I thought there was a third chicken jockey then. Look at them go. All dead. Okay, let's carry on. Hello, are you playing Minecraft on Mondays? I am, David. It is Monday right now, and as you can see, I am playing Minecraft. Okay, we are now down to level 67. We've still got 3 more blocks to take it down, but look at this. You can see the floor that we're trying to reach. So we are getting closer. What's your goal? We're currently trying to... Well, we're currently building a foundation for a new building, which involved hollowing out part of this hill. Quite a big job, but we're getting there. I need to go and make some more shovels. Okay, there we go. There's 5 more. Hopefully that might be enough to finish the job now, but we'll see. We'll see. Oh, why is there a creeper there? Buying a Samsung Q3 monitor today, says Punters. Nice one. I'm leaving the stone for last, by the way, in case you were wondering why I haven't touched it yet. Hi Saul, hi Isabel, how are you doing? I could get that creeper to work to my advantage, actually. If I get him to follow me... Where is he? There he is. Come here. Come here. I've got a job for you. I'd rather blow him up now than wait for him to sneak up on me. And if I get him to stand in the right spot, then he can, you know, clear some space for me. There you go. Perfect. Thanks very much for your help. Good, thank you. How about you? I'm pretty good, yeah. Can't complain. What are you doing? Do you want to kill the dragon or just casual? Well, our long-term goal for the series is to go to space. First port of call is going to be the moon. But eventually I would like to visit everywhere in the Ad Astra and Ad Extendra mods, which include, let's have a quick look. If I search globe, because there's a globe of each planet in the game. So these are all the planets that we can visit. We can go to Earth, obviously, that's where we are now. We can go to the Moon, Mars, Mercury, Venus, Glacio, Ceres, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, Orcus, Pluto, Haumea, Quaoar, Make, Gong Gong, Eris, Sedna, and Proxima Centauri. So eventually I would like to visit every single one of those live on stream. It's probably going to take us a while. It's going to be a long series. Remember, we're only 10 episodes in. It's going to be a long one. But that's the long-term plan for the series. Get to space, explore all those planets, bring some cool stuff back. In terms of a more short-term plan, though, we're currently trying to... Basically, I just want to automate the production of all the important resources. Iron, copper, brass, steel, all very important metals that we're going to need for our trip to space. When did you start to stream? Oh, whoops, I went a bit off track there. Do you mean just today? I've been streaming for about 2 hours. I always start my streams at 3 PM UK time. And I try to end at 6 o'clock. So they're normally 3 hours long. Oh my god, look at all that dirt. We've got almost a double chest full of dirt. Like I say, I think the best option for now might be to just put a double chest full of dirt somewhere and just stash it away out of harm's way. And then if we do need it in future, we know where to find it. But I just don't want it clogging up my main storage vault. I'm going to go now, so lovely to see you. I'll tune in on Farming Friday. Bye now, have fun. Thanks, Chance Pup. I will see you on Friday for some Farming Sim. Thanks for joining today. It's been nice talking to you. Oh. I keep doing that. I keep looking at the chat and then getting stuck on a block. Oh, we're right down to it now. 2 blocks to go. And obviously all the stone still needs to be cleared. But in terms of the dirt, we're only 2 blocks down. And then we'll be at the level that we need to be. It's looking good. It's looking good. I can't wait to see how it looks from the outside once the walls are in. Because the plan is, it might not look like it right now, but the plan is that once the building is actually fully built, it'll look like it's built into the hillside naturally. It won't look as ugly as it looks right now. Ooh, whoa, I'm in the water. Ah, what the hell? Okay, we've discovered an underground cave. Deary me. That was close. Are you playing on PC? Yes. Once again, I am playing with quite a lot of mods, most of which are not available on console. We actually might need more shovels. We might still not have enough shovels. How much would I be looking at for a decent PC setup? Well, it depends. It depends what you mean by decent, and it depends where you go as well. My current PC cost me just over £1,000, but my previous PC was £450, and it had 8 GB of RAM, i5 processor, 32 gigs of RAM, I meant to say, and an 8 GB graphics card. Which is not bad specs, really good specs for the price, honestly. That was refurbished from Bedrock Computers, who I recommend if you want to like customize a PC but you don't want to build it yourself. But yeah, you can if you know where to look, you can get a decent gaming PC for a fairly tight budget. I only really upgraded because my old PC wasn't really powerful enough for streaming. But if you're just interested in playing games on your own, then You know, you can get something good for like 500 quid or less, really. Just something decent enough to play GTA roleplay. Yeah, you'd be fine with something like my previous PC then. Like I say, mine. I mean, I never played GTA RP, but I did play GTA like single player. But I did play a few other online games, and it was pretty good for that. So, like I say, I'd say try and get yourself something with at least 4 gig of at least a 4 gig graphics card, and at least 16 gigs RAM. I think is probably a good baseline for most games today. Oh, no, we do still have 2 more shovels. Would you be able to play it on a laptop, or isn't that powerful enough for it? I did have a gaming laptop before I got my first proper PC. It was a Lenovo... I can't remember the model. It was a long time ago. But I did have a gaming PC with 16 gig RAM. And it did run GTA relatively well. The problem with gaming PCs is they usually don't have a graphics card. They usually have integrated graphics because there's just not enough room in a laptop for a graphics card. You can get them, you can get laptops with graphics cards, but most laptops, even gaming ones, have integrated graphics, which is a lot slower than having a graphics card. So you certainly could play GTA on a gaming PC, on a gaming laptop, but I would recommend a full PC if you want to play RP. Oh, look at that. Look at that. We are now level with the floor, which means we only need to take it down 1 more block so that we can fill in the rest of the floor with stone bricks. Oh, this is incredible. I said we'd get it done today as well. We do still have the stone to clear too. Defo need to invest then. Yeah, like I said, Lee, I would say I would set yourself a budget of around 500. I think you can get a decent quality gaming PC for less than 500. It depends where you shop. Like I say, I recommend Bedrock Computers. That's where I got mine from. They do refurbished computers, so it's all like second-hand parts, which makes it a lot cheaper. But obviously, all the parts are good quality. They don't, they throw away anything that's not any good. So I would recommend, if you want to get a gaming PC, but you don't want to pay the price of a brand new one, because quite frankly, components are ridiculously expensive these days. But yeah, Bedrock Computers, consider checking them out. Get yourself a refurbished one. You can get a decent quality one for less than £500 easily. Okay, last... I've fallen in the hole again. We're on the last row. is what I was going to say before I fell in the hole there. I'm just going to fill this in. There we go. And look at that, we are now level with the floor, which is where we need to be. Mostly just stone that needs sorting now. In retrospect, I don't think we actually needed to make that last batch of shovels, but we've got them for future reference, for future use now. So I think the next stream will focus on actually building the building, like collecting the calcite for the walls. And hopefully we might even be able to start putting some machinery in next week as well. Nearly there. Okay, the dirt is done. Now we just have to clear the stone, which thankfully isn't as loud and obnoxious when broken. So let's go all the way back to the top and start clearing it. I am using my Efficiency 4, Unbreaking 3, and Fortune 2 pickaxe. Like I say, I don't want it to break, so when it gets down to the lowest, you know, when it's almost broken, we'll switch over to my other one, so that I can repair this one. When we get more diamonds, we are currently without diamonds, we have none whatsoever. And we got half an hour left until I normally end the stream. So I should think we'll have enough time to get this done. Oh, look at it coming together now, though. Look at that. I think we'll place the floor today as well, because the floor is going to be made of stone bricks, and we'll have dug so much stone by the time we're done that we can just use that stone to make the stone bricks. Although, having said that, we would need to smelt it all. and it'd need to be an area of 27 by 39. Which, I don't know, you do the math. You do the maths. Well, 29 times 4... Hang on, I can work this out. I'm good at maths. $20 times 40, 800. 9 times 40, 450. That's 1250 minus 39. Wait, no, I think I've lost track. We'll call it 1450. Divide that by 64. I'm not good at division. Well, 1024 is 1024 is 16 I don't fucking know. I don't know. I'll use a calculator. Alright, I'm stupid and dumb and I'll use a calculator. Right, let's just work it out with a calculator. Why not? 27 times 39. 1053. I was way off. 1053 divided by 64. No, that can't be right. No, there's no way 27 times 39 is only 1053. It is. The calculator doesn't lie. So 1053 divided by 64. 16 and a half stacks of stone. That's how much we'll need to do the floor. Right. Is this a mission or just something you're building? It's just a building that we're working on, Lee. We're building a factory building. Well, currently we're clearing the space for a factory building. We haven't even started doing the actual building yet. Thanks for following, Lily. How did I get 1250? How was I that far off? 27 times 39. Oh, I did 29. Right. So 20 times 40 is 800. 7 times 40 is 280. Add those together, you get 1080 minus 39. Okay, yeah, so I see where I went wrong. I accidentally did 39. I accidentally did 29 times 39 instead of 27 times 39. I get it now. I see where I went wrong. My son's always building stuff on this and then blowing it up, says Lee. It can be quite fun to blow stuff up on Minecraft, yes. Come to think of it, if we had some explosives, this might have been a much quicker job. We had some mining explosives, some TNT. But we don't. We will get this done today. We got 25 minutes. I'm off to pub now. Enjoy. Thanks, Lee. You enjoy the pub. Might see you again sometime. Don't forget Bedrock computers. Highly recommend if you're looking for a cheap gaming PC. Bedrock computers. I'll save that now. No worries. No worries. Right, so we got 3... We're at 67 now, so we got 3 more levels to go. The real question is, will my pickaxe actually last? Because it's doing pretty well. I mean, it does have Unbreaking 3, so... have you been playing this world long, says Jay. This is episode 10 of the series, Jay. So we've been playing for about 30 hours at this point. 30 hours and we're only building our second building right now. We have built plenty of stuff. You can see on the map there's lots of machinery around. But this is only the second actual proper building that we've done. And it's about time. It's thirsty work, this. I've finished off my Fanta now. That's fantastic. Banging, says Catman Shelley. Have you tried it? The Tutti Frutti Fanta? I'm not the biggest fan in the world. I don't think it's much to write home about. Definitely not my favourite Fanta, but it's not bad. It's interesting. How did your parents react when you finally came out, says Dan. They took it really well, Dan. I was very scared of coming out to my parents because obviously, you know, you hear stories of people whose parents don't take kindly to them coming out. And I was very worried that I was going to end up in the same situation. And at the time, I was still living with my parents as well. Because this was shortly after COVID. I hadn't really found my own feet after finishing university. So I was still living with my parents when I came out. And I was really worried that, you know, what if this goes wrong and they end up kicking me out and I've got nowhere to go. Fortunately, it turned out I was worried about nothing because they took it really well. But yeah, it was very nerve-wracking. They weren't really tremendously surprised, to be honest. They thought I was gay. They didn't know that I was trans, but they thought I was gay. So it wasn't the biggest shock in the world, which I'm kind of relieved about. But yeah, they've been in my corner every step of the way. They've shown me nothing but support over the years, and I'm very, very grateful to my parents for that, and everyone in my family has been so great as well. Have you always felt trans, or did it take some time to discover? It took me a long time. I actually only really figured it out a few years ago. I came out to my parents like almost straight away, like just a few weeks after coming out to my friends. I came out to my parents because I really wanted, you know, like I say, there's a lot of unsupportive parents out there, and I wanted to know right from the start that they were going to be on my side. So I didn't see any I didn't want to be like in the closet for a year and then come out to them and have them take it badly. I wanted to tell them straight away, like, I think I might be trans. Are you going to be there to support me if I am? And they obviously were. But it, like I say, it was never really something that I considered growing up. I was always, I mean, I didn't really know that trans people were a thing, you know. I knew that there were people. I knew that people existed who changed gender. I knew that there were people who were born as men and turned into women, which is how it was described to me as a kid. You know, like the thing is, like, there have been trans people in media over the years. One example is in Coronation Street. There was a trans character called Haley Cropper. You probably know if you've ever watched Coronation Street, or if you watched Coronation Street in the early 2000s. Obviously, Coronation Street is like one of the big soap operas in this country, and my parents used to watch that all the time when I was a kid. And I think Haley Cropper was probably the first trans person I ever saw on TV. And I asked my parents to kind of explain, you know, what's going on with Haley. Did Haley used to be a man? So that was really the first that I ever heard about trans people. And I didn't really fully understand it back then. So it was never something that I really considered was a thing, and even if it was a thing, I never really considered that it could apply to me. But I did have a lot of feelings of I did have a lot of self-image issues as a kid. I was never really comfortable with the way I looked, the way I spoke. You know, there were so many aspects of myself that I didn't like. But I never really thought that they could be related to being trans, because again, at that point, I didn't really understand what being trans actually was. So I just thought, you know, I just thought it was normal teenage anxiety, you know, because teenagers do feel self-conscious. That's a perfectly normal thing for teenagers to go through, right? So you don't really question it when you're a teenager. It's when you get to adulthood and you still like have those same feelings, that's when you start to think that there might be something more to it. And that was the first time that I really started to think that I might be trans was when I was 20 years old. And I still had those feelings, that, you know, that self-consciousness, those self-image problems. And that's when I really started to think to myself, well, you know, maybe I'm transgender. Because at that point in my life, I understood trans people a bit better. I'd met a couple of trans people. There were a couple of trans people on my course at university. So that's when I really first started to ask myself, you know, maybe the reason that you have all these feelings about yourself is because you're transgender. And that's really where it you know, it just went from there. That's really where it started. What was the tipping point? Do you think about it for a while, or did it just click? It did kind of just click. Yeah, it was like I say, once I had that idea, once I started to think to myself, you know, could this be it? Could I be transgender? That's when it really started to fall into place. You know, it really started to make sense. Like it would explain so much about you know, why I've been having those feelings for so long. So it did all kind of fall into place. It did all just sort of make sense. So it wasn't necessarily it wasn't a sudden thing. It was kind of like a sudden realization, but it was a long process to get to that point. You know what I mean? And incidentally, by the way, I do have a video about this. If you want to check it out, basically I tell the same story that I've just told you, but in a bit more detail. So if you are interested in learning more about how I came out and how I realized and all that kind of stuff. It's the very first video on my profile when you go to TikTok. So please do check it out if you're interested in learning more. But that's the basic gist of it. That's really the crux of the story. Have you had any surgery? Says Russell. No, I haven't, Russell, and I don't intend to. I'm very happy with what I've got in that department. I've never even thought about it, honestly. I've never even once thought I'd like to have that done. I'm happy with what I've got, you know. I have a question for you, but I don't know if you feel comfortable for asking, says Draydog. Go ahead, Draydog. If it's a question that I am uncomfortable answering, then I'll just say that. But there's not many questions that I'm uncomfortable answering. I normally do answer pretty much everything that I've been asked. I try to answer as best I can. What mods you got on, says Alex. There's about 100 mods in the pack, Alex. The main ones being Create and Add Astra. We've also got Terralith, Incendium, Nullscape, Farmer's Delight, Sophisticated Backpacks, Zero's Minimap, Alex's Mobs, Waystones, Gravestones, and loads of other stuff as well. Comforts, Artifacts, Oculus for the shaders. There's lots of stuff. I've got to work with a lot of them too. Nice one, Alex. Nice one. Create is so much fun. It is indeed, Alex. That's why I'm building this new building right now. We're clearing space for a new building that's going to have a lot of Create machinery in it. In a minute, I'll show you the machines that we've already built. Russell says, I got made fun of because I watch a transgender streamer. I'm sorry to hear that, Russell. That's such a stupid thing to be, you know, for people to take the piss out of. I don't get it. You know, let people enjoy what they enjoy, really. I really don't like those types of mods. Yeah, like Alex says, they can be a bit confusing. That's the thing. The thing with Minecraft is a lot of pre-made mod packs will have like 50 huge mods, and you've got to learn every single one, and it's just way too much information to get your head around. A really good mod pack should have 1 or 2 big mods, and then, you know, lots of little quality of life stuff. Which is what I've tried to do with this pack. So the only 2 really big mods are Create and Add Astra. Everything else is mainly just smaller quality of life stuff. Which, not to brag, but I think it works very well as a mod pack, and you can download it if you're in the Minecraft server. If you're in the Discord server, sorry. Link in bio. Sorry for plugging. Homestead is the one I have. I don't think I've played that one, Alex. But it sounds like it's got a lot of the same stuff that I've got in this mod pack at the minute. How long have you been doing streaming for, says Draydog? Just over a year, Draydog. I think my first stream was in June 20... Well, it was in June last year. I think it was the 1st of June, actually, so just over a year now. Okay, we need... I've forgotten how many stacks. 16 and a half. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. We'll just call it 17. That's 17 stacks of cobblestone. The diamond backpack's so good. It is. It's so good. I love a nice big backpack. I really do feel the default Minecraft inventory, it's just too small. Even in vanilla Minecraft, there's too many items now. The inventory should be a bit bigger. That's all I'm asking for. Not massive, not way bigger. Literally just add an extra column, because there are 10, you know, especially on PC, there are 10 numbered buttons, right? You know, you use the number, you can control your hotbar with 1 to 9 on the keyboard. 0's right there. That's all I'm asking for, is literally just add 4 more slots, just add 1 more column at the end, so that you can have 40 stacks instead of 36. Even that would be a huge difference. You should download a mod for biomes, says Russell. I have a mod for biomes, Russell. In fact, I have 3 mods for biomes. You can see... Look over there at that volcano. That's not vanilla Minecraft. That is a modded volcano. So the 3 mods that I use for biomes are all by the same author, called Starmute Labs. There's Terralith, Incendium, and Nullscape. And they completely overhaul terrain generation in the 3 dimensions. So Terralith overhauls terrain generation in the overworld, Incendium is for the nether, and Nullscape is for the end. But the best thing about it is they don't add any blocks at all. This is all with vanilla blocks. That volcano over there is made completely with vanilla blocks, which is incredible, because... you've mentioned Biomes Aplenty. My big problem with Biomes Aplenty is it adds in hundreds of new items. And like I've just been saying, the inventory in Minecraft is way too small as it is. But when you've got hundreds of items that you're only going to collect like 3 of in the entire world, your inventory just fills up way too quickly. I much prefer a mod like Terralith, because you get all the excitement of the new biomes like you get with Biomes Aplenty, but it doesn't add in hundreds of new blocks that are just going to clutter up your inventory, you know? Okay, I'm going to have to do some smelting now, so this might take a while. In the meantime, a couple of questions that I've missed. Draydog says, how's the spider? Unfortunately, the spider is dead, Draydog. She died over a month ago now. I am going to be getting a new spider soon. I was planning on getting a new one this week, but it's probably going to wait until July now. But yes, unfortunately, Luna, my previous jumper, passed away about 4 or 5 weeks ago. Do I have any smooth stone, just out of interest, in storage already? Negligible amount. Not really enough to do anything with. What you spec, says Alex Walton. 32 gig RAM, Intel i5 processor, 12400F, RTX 2070 graphics card, so 8 gigs graphics card, 5 terabytes of storage, which I need because I have, you know, a lot of that space is taken up by videos and stuff like that. So yeah, 32 gig RAM, 8 gig graphics, i5 12400F processor, and 5 terabyte storage. Do you have any idea of which spider you want to get next? Says Draydog. I'm looking at a Phidippus morpheus, which is another jumping spider, but it's a different one. I try not to keep the same spider twice. I like to collect, you know, I like to try different species. So far, I've kept Phidippus regius, the regal jumping spider. That's one of the most commonly kept jumping spiders. I've kept Hylas diardi, which is the largest species of jumping spider in the world. And I kept one of those. She was absolutely gorgeous. And then my most recent jumping spider was Phidippus ardens, which is quite similar to Phidippus johnsoni. It's a very common jumping spider in North America. But at the minute, I'm looking at Phidippus morpheus, the dream jumping spider. They're sort of grey with an orange abdomen. They look really cool. I've never kept this species before, and the spider shop where I buy my spiders from just so happened to have some in stock at the minute. So that's what I'm hoping to get for my next spider, Phidippus morpheus. They're considerably smaller than Luna as well, smaller than my last species, and they like a slightly drier climate. But, you know, I think... I don't think the care requirements are too much more intensive than they were for my previous one. So, yeah, we'll see what happens, but that's what I'm aiming for, is a Phidippus morpheus. Alex said... Sorry, Alex, I missed a comment there. Nice pre-build. It is a pre-build, yes. Custom, but pre-build. I'm not really confident enough to build my own PC at this point. I do have friends who've built their own PCs, and I know that when I am eventually ready to do that, I can go to them for help and advice with that sort of stuff. But I'm not quite ready yet to try building a PC by myself, so I did get a pre-build. I went to a website called Bedrock Computers. You choose all the parts, and then they put it together for you, you know, so that's my previous... This PC and my last one were the same story. I bought them both from Bedrock. But yeah, like I say, one day I would like to build my own, like actually get all the parts and put it together myself, but I'm really not ready for that yet. I'm not confident enough to do that, and like my worst nightmare would be spending thousands of pounds on all the parts and then, you know, putting it together wrong and just completely frying all of the circuits and wasting all that money. Like I say, maybe one day, but I don't think I really trust myself to do that at the moment. I would never trust myself. Yeah, honestly, I'm in the same boat. I just wouldn't feel comfortable doing it. But like I say, I do have friends who have built their own PCs, and I do know that if I did want to do that, I could go to them for help, and, you know, I mean, I could probably ask one of them to do it for me, to be honest. I could probably be like, hey, man, I just bought all of these parts, can you put it together for me? So maybe I could do that. Then it's technically a custom build, but I haven't actually built it myself. And then my friend can take all the responsibility if it doesn't work. That's the cheating way, though. Yeah, that's the thing, that's the thing. Bit cheaty, but bit of peace of mind. Okay, it is 6 o'clock, by the way. It is time to end the stream. I'm going to go on a little bit longer because I just want to get these get this stone smelted. Can I ask, is that your bedroom or is it a uni room? This is my bedroom, Alex. Yep. It is actually... It's bigger than it looks. You can't see the whole room from this angle, but obviously off camera it extends in that direction. And my PC, my desk, is under a little alcove in the corner of the room, so it looks like there's a wall here. It looks a little bit smaller because of that as well. But yeah, it's a fairly big room. It's actually the master bedroom. So it's the biggest bedroom in the house. Sorry if that offended you. I was just curious. No, it's totally fine. Like I say, the room... It does look like a small room on stream, but it is actually quite big. You just can't see the whole room on the stream. We are going to be automating this once the factory's up and running, by the way. That's one of the reasons that I want this new building, so we can have a mass smelting facility. So we won't be doing this one stack at a time in future. We'll be able to just send it all through in one go. What mic and camera you got? The mic is an ADX Firecast Pro, £30 from Curry's. Oh, one of the cables just came a bit loose. £30 from Curry's. Great mic. Good quality. Fairly cheap. Well, very cheap actually. I think 30 quid. £30 for a mic. Very good price. And then the camera is a Logitech C920. Which is like the go-to camera for streaming. It's not the best, it's not the most expensive camera in the world, but it's like pretty much like one of the most widely used webcams by streamers who are on a bit more of a budget. So it's really good quality. Not the best in the world, but it's pretty decent. And when I was looking for a webcam, because this is originally I was streaming with a different webcam, which was a lot cheaper and a lot worse. But when I was looking to get a proper decent quality webcam, pretty much everywhere I looked was like, this is the best webcam for streamers on a budget. So I got it. Yeah, Logitech C920. Thanks for following, by the way, Baseline Queen. If you want to know more about my specs, by the way, check out the second pinned video on my profile. I do have a video detailing all of my gear, where it all came from, how much it all costs. So if you want to know about my headphones or microphone or my steering wheel, my monitors, my keyboard and mouse, anything at all, it's all in that video. So I do recommend checking it out if you're interested in learning more. Thanks for following, Liam2K. What mod pack? This is a custom mod pack by me. It's called Create Ad Astra. You can download it from the Minecraft channel in the Discord server. So if you're a member of my Discord server, you can download the mod pack from there. There's a link in my bio if you want to find that. But it's all the mods are available for free on CurseForge. The main ones are Create and Ad Astra. There's also Farmer's Delight, Sophisticated Backpacks, Waystones, Zero's Minimap, Gravestones, Terralith, Incendium, Nullscape, Alex's Mobs, lots of other stuff. I think in total there's currently 102 mods. Okay, last thing I'm going to do before we end the stream is we are going to place the floor in the new building, which is going to be stone bricks. There we go. Okay, here goes. We're finally ready to start building. We've done enough mining. Let's start actually building now. Oh, whoops. Now, we do actually need to leave a 1-block lip around the edge. In fairness, we could have... actually, no, we couldn't have gone 1 block in, because that's where the walls are going to go. But yeah, we do need to leave a 1-block edge. Which we'll just fill in with dirt, so we're not wasting the calcite when we get onto the walls. Should have really cleared all this scrub as well, so that we can not so it's not in our way. I'm gonna have to go now. Have a good rest of your stream. Thanks, Alex. We're going to be finishing up in a few minutes anyway, but thanks for joining. If you're interested, my next stream is going to be on Friday for Farming Sim, so if you want to join me for that, by all means, please come along. My farming streams are usually very busy as well. Lots of viewers, lots of comments, lots of conversation, so if you want a bit more of a lively stream, this one's a bit quieter. If you want a bit more engaging stream, then please do consider coming along for Farming Sim on Friday. It's overtime, by the way, says Charlie. I know, Charlie. We're just finishing up placing the floor, and then I am going to finish up for today. I don't mind overrunning now and then, as you know. If there's one game that I'll happily overrun, it's this one, because I love Minecraft Monday so much. I love this mod pack. This is by far I know I've said it before, but this is the most enjoyable live stream for me personally. I do enjoy the conversations that we have on Farming Sim and you know, the more busy streams. But in terms of the actual game itself, this is by far my favourite series to stream. I'm absolutely loving the Minecraft Monday stuff. I'm loving this mod pack. I'm loving Create. So I will happily go over by 10-15 minutes if it means I can keep playing this. Yeah, it's a shame we didn't actually get a chance to start on the walls today as well. That'll be next week. What you making, says Braden? We're currently laying the foundations for a new building. We're just putting the floor in now, and then next week we're going to start on the walls. But this is going to be a huge factory building for some of the Create machinery. It's actually going to be an ore processing facility, so all of our iron ore, copper ore, zinc, and gold are going to come in, and then all the ingots are going to go out the other end. And I think now that we've got steam and rails as well, I am actually going to have to start planning how to integrate this with our rail network, because we will eventually have a rail-based logistics network. I was thinking that we could have a platform inside the building, so the train actually comes into the building to pick up. But we could just as easily have a platform outside as well. I don't know yet. I don't know. Either way, we will need to connect this to the rail network, because the plan is all of our mining drills are going to have their own loading stations. So, for example, over here where we got the iron mine, the iron ore is going to get loaded onto a train. The train is going to bring it to this building. Then it's going to get turned into iron ingots, and then that's going to get taken to our storage facility. So there's definitely going to be a lot of trains. There's going to be lots of stuff coming in and out of this building, which is why it's so important that this building has the space for all of the stuff that's going to need to be coming in and out of it. And I think it will. It's a fairly decent size. It's not the biggest building in the world, but it should be enough space for what we need, at least for now. We will eventually probably end up making an even bigger building, but this will suit our needs for the time being. It's certainly bigger than the first building. This is our first building, so it's already massively bigger than the first building. And there we go. Brilliant. Let me just rearrange my hotbar, make sure I've got everything. Where's my sword? In my backpack. Okay. Everything else can go away. I'll sort out my backpack off camera. You don't want to see that. That'll just be too tedious. But we can now cross Foundation Building 2 off our list. And before we finish the stream, let's just go and have a look from the top, see what it looks like. And there it is. Quite an upgrade from our first building, that little building over there. This is going to be much more reasonable. We're going to have room for all sorts of machinery in here. Next week, we will start putting the walls in. And it is going to be quite tall as well. It's going to be at least 2 stories. So there's going to be a door down there. Hold on, let me get my telescope. There's going to be a door down there to get in at the bottom floor. And then there's also going to be a door here to get in at the top floor. So it's going to be a 2-story building. And just look at the footprint of it. Like I said earlier, you could probably fit all of our existing machinery into the same footprint as this building. So it's going to be plenty spacious enough for us, I reckon. But that is going to be where we leave it for today. So I will... Is there anything else? No. I'll sort out my inventory and all that stuff off camera, and then we'll be ready fresh for next week for whatever we end up doing then. Oh, one thing we could do before we finish is go and check on our mining drills and see how they're all doing. I think the iron one hasn't actually done any mining today because it ran out of diesel, so we'll just take what it's already got. The copper mine should be doing good. Copper mine has also run out of fuel, but we got a fair bit of copper there. And the zinc mine... Oh, not this one. The zinc mine. The zinc mines ran out of fuel as well, but we did manage to get just over 2 stacks of zinc. Okay, so these, I mean, you can already tell just from this, these machines are going to be a godsend. These are going to revolutionize our output of basically all the metals. We've got an infinite supply of iron, copper, and zinc now. Once we get an infinite supply of gold as well, we can make every single alloy, every single ingot. So it's going to come in very handy. But if I stick these in here for now, and then if I just check my backpack, we got a little bit of raw iron and a little bit of raw copper in there as well. Put those in. So we have now 133 zinc, 212 copper, and 258 iron. Not bad. 4 stacks of iron. Not a bad start. But yeah, that's going to have to be it. So I'm going to go to sleep. And then we'll finish up. Oh dear. And then I'll go and get some tea, because I'm getting a bit hungry. Where should we finish? We'll finish with a shot of our new building. There it is. There's the new building. We'll do more work on this next week. But the Minecraft is going to end now. No more Minecraft from this point forward. I am going to do the sum up, so stick around for that. But no more gameplay from now. Just give me a second. Let me pop the chat back in. There we are. And music. Big camera. There we go. Okay. So, thanks for joining, everyone. Hope you've enjoyed today's stream. I've had a wonderful time. Let me just fit this. There we go. Okay. Hope you're good. I am very good, Jess. How are you doing? What are you having for tea? Says Catman Charlie. I'm actually having a McDonald's for tea, Charlie. I'm treating myself tonight because I want to try the new Big Arch burger, and haven't had McDonald's for a while. Been doing a lot of cooking for myself recently, especially in this weather. Been doing a lot of fresh home cooking. But just for today, I'm gonna treat myself, put my feet up, and have a McDonald's. What's your McDonald's order? Says Weekly Watcher. Normally, I normally just go for whatever's the special burger. You know, if there's no special burger on, I like a nice Big Mac. But I do like to try their specials as well. Like I say, at the minute, they've got a burger on called the Big Arch, which is basically just like a giant Big Mac. So I'm gonna give that a try tonight. With fries and Coke. I always get a classic Coke and some fries. I could do with the sugar, to be honest. The Big Arch is really tasty. I hope so, Weekly Watcher. I'm going to find out today. I got the high heels as well, says Ethan. I do, Ethan. Yes, well noticed. I do have a couple of pairs of heels. I've got these ones. And I don't know if I'd really count these as high heels. They do have a raised heel, but you know, it's like not separated. I don't know what you'd call them. I don't know much about shoes. I'm not a shoe expert. I just have shoes, you know. But anyway, that is going to be all for today. Thank you very much for joining me. I hope you've enjoyed this Minecraft stream. I have really enjoyed it. I know it's not been the most exciting stream. We did spend a lot of time basically just digging. But it has been wonderful all the same. I've really enjoyed marking out the foundations for the new building. And obviously next week we will build the walls, the ceiling, and hopefully even start getting some machinery in there. This building is going to completely transform the game for us because it's going to have all of our big equipment in it. All of our iron ore and copper ore and all that is going to come in and get processed en masse. We're really going to go for mass production now and bulk processing, so really exciting times lie ahead. Remember, this is only episode 10. We're still right at the start of this series. I'm hoping this series is going to go for hundreds of episodes, so we've still got so much more to do. We're still only just getting to the good stuff. So do join me next Monday for more Minecraft. In the meantime, I am going to be playing Farming Sim on Friday. You know how popular my Farming Sim streams are. There's always some good conversation going on, so do come along and join me for that. And then I will be playing... I'm not playing Oddworld this week because I'm doing a stream on Saturday instead. It's the last Saturday of the month, so I'm going to be doing my Evening with Saul. And I think we're going to be playing Terra Nil and Unpacking again, so do come along and join me for those. Remember, my Saturday stream is later than usual. It's going to be 5 PM till 8 PM. So do come along and join me for that if you're interested as well. What else do I need to mention? Videos. I do have a video that I wanted to get done this week, but I haven't even recorded it yet. The script's finished, but I haven't sat down to record the actual footage yet, so I don't know if there's going to be a video this week or not. I would certainly like there to be. It depends if I can get it done. We'll see what happens. But yeah, that's pretty much everything. So thank you again for watching. If you have enjoyed the stream but you haven't already followed, then please do. And, you know, follow me elsewhere as well. Subscribe on YouTube. Hi, YouTube, if you're watching on YouTube right now. Hello. Oh, excuse me. I'm okay. If you want to follow me, sorry, on Instagram and Blue Sky, there's links in my bio for that as well. I don't really post there, but you can follow me there if you're interested. And of course, if you would like to support me financially, please do consider checking out my Patreon. Shout out to my current Patreon supporters. We got Kate, Sophie, Jess, Daniel, and Danny. Thank you all very much for supporting me over there. It only costs £1 a month. That's £1, 100 pennies for a whole month. You get your name on this board, you get a shout out on stream, and you get access to behind the scenes content like outtakes and early access videos and stuff like that as well. So for £1 a month, you can't go far wrong, right? There's a link in my bio if you're interested. If not, absolutely fine. I'm just glad that you were here. I've had a wonderful time, and I will see you on Friday for Farming Sim. That's it. thanks everyone, and bye-bye. I don't actually know how to end the stream because TikTok Live Studio has had an update and everything, all the UI's been rearranged. There it is. Okay. Thank you and goodbye. And thanks everyone over on YouTube as well. I do hope you've enjoyed today's stream. You may have noticed once again that I've slightly changed the aspect ratio of the stream. I've been streaming in 1920 by 1200 instead of 1920 by 1080, just because then the game fits to my second monitor a bit better. So hopefully that comes across, but if not, never mind. That is going to be all though. Thank you very much for joining me. I'll see you on Friday as well for more Farming Simulator. Now I'm going to go and have a Mackey's. So bye-bye everyone.